So we have been told by a good source that Trader Joe's has a Scotch that competes with some of the best.
Well, I've been told
and
by...
that source is one guy that walked into Trader Joe's and bought a lot of this.
That's right.
How much did he buy?
And others have said that. Well, he bought a case.
Which is 12?
12 bottles.
Okay.
And then I had somebody else buy 3 or 4.
Okay.
And also give a very sterling testimony to that as well.
And I will be honest, I did some research on the Scotch we're about to have today. And we're actually going to blind compare this to another Scotch to see kind of where it hits. But I did find some other, and it was pretty glowing reviews on this. So This is not just completely out of turn. So we've got 2 different Islay Scotches for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverages that we're about today, specifically, though, the primary one is the Trader Joe's Finlaggan Islay Scotch. And then we're going to be comparing it to the Laphroaig Islay 10-year Scotch.
Now, we were looking earlier. There are no age statements, we believe, on the Finlaggan of any kind. Just note, there's tasting notes on the back, so I'm not going to look at that. I do not see that mentioned anywhere else. Both of these are 80 proof, so the proof is the same. The Laphroaig comes in usually around $37 unless you find a better deal on it.
Right.
And this one tips in at
$20 or $19.99.
$19.99. Yep. Okay. This one has actually been compared, at least by some we've seen, to Lagavulin.
We're not specifying which Lagavulin. Lagavulin
That's correct.
has a range in price and quality and taste. The quality is always good, but there's going to be a variance in the taste. It's been compared to that. We've heard that maybe this at one time was made by Laphroaig. We've heard that maybe that one time this was made by Bowmore. So there's a lot of speculation also that this is made by Lagavulin and it's indeed a Lagavulin wine, Scotch. So
depending on who you talk to, there's a lot of, because but it's in that they're both Islays and like slightly similar price ranges. So we think this is going to be kind of an interesting taste test.
Right.
I had my wife pour these as we were taking a break. So we do not know which is in which, but we do have them both left to right. So we'll kind of kind of start going through the process here really quick. Surprisingly similar in color. I'd say the one on the left is a little darker.
It's darker, yeah. I would say the one on the left is
just
darker.
a little bit darker.
Yeah, a little more brown in that, whereas there's more yellow on the right.
A little more light. Both kind of in that honey colored kind of area, which you'd expect. But yeah, so we go to the left first.
Oh yeah, to the left. To the left. I like the balance of. There's nice peat, and I get some good sea spray in there.
Mm-hmm.
It smells good.
Yeah, it does smell good. Like it definitely, it's that fairly strong peat, almost kind of going into the slightly medicinal, which you kind of get out of either, when you're talking about an Islay. There's the nose, even though it's only 80 proof, it's kind of a sharp bit of heat too. Yeah. I think the alcohol definitely kind of comes through, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of carried along. But yeah, I would agree. Overall, fairly well balanced. But yeah, good nose. Yeah, there's something on the end I can't quite discern. That's like a little extra, like just kind of sweet on the finish.
Like a little caramel, a little something. Yeah,
something else. Yeah, just right there
gives
at the
a
end.
nice little higher note there.
Yeah. All right, on to the one on the right. Let's check out the nose on this one, and then we'll kind of compare the two.
Okay.
This one has an even stronger alcohol hit. Like to me, it really kind of opens up my nasal passages a little bit. It has some of the smoke, but less than the first one, and it's like more vegetal. Like there's that kind of there's some sort of like light herbaceousness kind of going on in there. I'm getting less sweet on the finish, and it's just like a little bit more.
Oh, see,
actually a little more like campfire smoke on the end. It's not as I'm getting less of the sea spray.
Definitely less of the sea spray. I don't get nearly as much smoky peaty in this one, in the second one.
It's a different smoky peat. Like to me, this is almost like more like and not quite the same, but it's in that ballpark of like the Del Bach, that mesquite. It's like a mesquite kind of smoke as opposed to like a like I said, the other kind of smoke. Which is really interesting. I did not think these were going to smell that different. So this is really fascinating.
They're very
to me.
different.
Yeah, this is really fascinating to me.
And to me, this one has a little more fruit to it almost. It has just more of that. Almost like it's going to sound weird. The like whiskey aroma. It's more
interesting.
I don't get.
Yeah, there's and when you take a deep breath, like I said, this one just kind of has this little sharp hit at the end, which kind of opens up my nasal, like the alcohol or something, even both the same proof. Yeah, the smokiness that's in there is almost like either campfire, mesquite, cigarette. Like it's that kind of like smokiness that's at the end there.
Okay, but I don't think it's nearly as strong as.
It's different though. I'm saying it's different.
No, it's different.
It's different.
I have to really search for it in this one.
Okay, I don't have to search for it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's because I just like this aroma so much.
I think I like the aroma on the left better.
That I'm like, ooh, I like that aroma, and then this one I'm like, this smells.
There's a nice balance. This just
smells more like whiskey to me, like whiskey.
Okay.
Which
all
it
right.
is.
All right, partner. Should we sip on the first one?
Scotch is a whiskey.
All right. Should we go taste the first one? Is that you want to go back that way? All right.
Yep.
We will go to the taste on the left one. I think that one definitely everything you picked up on in the taste or in the aroma comes through in the taste.
Yeah.
Like I said, that smoke is there. The peat, that sea spray, all of those kind of things. There's actually a nice unctuousness kind of to the body a little bit. That there's some savory in there. The finish is pretty short. Like I said, that's kind of I think what you get out of some of these lesser aged whiskeys in general when it comes to scotches. So like I said, I wish there was a little more there, but good flavor in the front, just good overall. Just good solid scotch.
I'm getting the sea spray and smokiness hanging around with me a little bit. I do. Yeah, I pick up on that. I'm definitely feeling some heat.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
which is weird
40,
again. It's like an 80 proof. Like it's yeah.
But okay.
All right.
I like it.
Let's go to the right.
So the smoke is there. It's lower though. I don't know why. To me, it's lower, and it's there's not as much of it. I get it on the after, like at the
kind of comes back forward a little bit.
Yeah, it comes back. To me, there's like a little light. Fruit's not quite well. Yeah, there's a fruit to this that kind of or some sort of sweetness, but it's not a honey sweetness but there's something in there that comes through for me.
There is like I said, I'm not really getting as much fruit. Like I said, I'm getting the kind of like the puff of smoke that I was talking about. It's still kind of in that same vein as like a mesquite cigarette, kind of like ashy, like it's that kind of smoke. And then there's something that's kind of medicinal that's coming back forward a little bit on my tongue. Okay. That's kind of like acrid's a little too far, but it's like something in that range. Like it's just kind of it almost makes my tongue feel slightly numb. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of tingly.
It's spicy. It's like a cinnamon.
Yeah, it's
spice.
a little spicy, but yeah, it's something. It's different than that. It's like more of, as opposed to actually like a flavored spice. It's more of like, oh, you just gave me some of the capsaicin. Like it's like that kind of like where I'm just getting the feeling of that. Yeah, but yeah, kind of one note, a little more bland.
Yep.
I'm thinking Laphroaig is the one on the left. I'm going to be shocked if it's not. But I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Just because I think that I like that one, so I like the one on the left. Better.
I like the one.
I like the one on the left
well.
better. So I'm going to assume that is Laphroaig. But if I'm wrong, then like I said, then Trader Joe's has made a really good value then, because I think there's definitely whatever is in the left is a lot more of a better. Like I said, I think a better flavor profile.
Because I like the sea spray. I like the peat that's in there.
Yeah,
I like that. The body. This actually is not. The body's not bad in the second one. It's not as good as in the first one, I don't think. So, yeah, I like the first one better myself, but I have no idea which one is which.
That's just my guess, just based on that I think of the one that I like. So, all right, let's open it up and see what we... Oops, I ripped it.
Oh, she taped it and everything.
I know. She really didn't want me to cheat.
Sealed it with a kiss.
Oh, wow. The left was the Finlaggan.
Really?
Wow. Okay. The right was the Laphroaig. Okay. So we like the Trader Joe's one better. Shocking. Yeah, by like a lot. Like I said, I honestly, the one on the right...
it's funny because it's deceiving, because I remember when
I thought maybe, honestly, when I initially looked at it, I thought the one on the left was the Finlaggan because it's darker.
The color.
So I was doing that
because that's in a green bottle.
Yeah, and that was kind of what I thought too.
Yeah. Well, and I remember when we did the 3-blind tests on the rye a couple weeks ago, I remember thinking that the one I brought over was the darkest of the three. And it turns out it was the lightest when they were poured.
Oh, yeah.
I remember thinking,
true.
oh, mine's the darkest, so that's mine. And then, or the one I brought. No,
oh, yeah.
But so today, as we sat down, I'm like, oh, the one on the left's the darkest. It's got to be the Finlaggan.
Yeah. And that was what I thought too. As soon as we sat down and I smelled, I was like, oh, that's good. And I was like, well, this one's not as good. But there was something at the end of this that also did make me initially, before I smelled this one and I had kind of like my feelings about this one not being as good, the Laphroaig that's on the right, when I was tasting this one, Like basically everything told me this was the Trader Joe's one until I tasted this one. And then I thought, well, this one doesn't taste as good. So sadly, I thought that that's probably the Trader Joe's one, because in this, there was a flavor at the end in the Space Side that you've given me and some other ones. That was that thing I couldn't put my finger on.
Oh, okay.
But there is a taste of flavor of Trader Joe's Scotch that I have had that is like, it's just like,
interesting.
And so I tasted that and I was like, oh, that's definitely that one. But then it was like, when we went back and forth, I was like, well, that can't be, because that one seems like very, no, I don't think this one is aged near as long, but no, I would definitely pick the one on the left. So save yourself $17 in my opinion.
Well, 20. I bought it, so you'll get.
I know I will, but for everyone out there, as we're doing this podcast,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
They don't get the Trader Joe's.
No, I hear. Okay, I was thinking 17 is what. I get it now.
Yeah,
okay.
Save
yourself
price.
17.
Yeah, save yourself $17. And between these two,
correct.
I don't think this one would hold up the Lagavulin. So I'm shocked if someone says that.
Interesting,
because that one is definitely a completely kind of different flavor profile. I think this is actually a decent comparison. But yeah, like I said, no, going back and forth between these two, I definitely would pick the Trader Joe's.
The 10-year Lagavulin would be what we'd want to compare it to this, right?
If they, I'd have 16. To look to see if, I mean, I know they have 11-year of some different ones, and like
10
I said,
11,
the 16 is the one you usually always hear the talk about that you can actually
that's
find.
The Swanson Gold standard.
Yeah, exactly. The Swanson standard. But if you want to look for any of the other scotches that we have had previously, or let us know if you have had this scotch before, or some other ones either from Trader Joe's or what else we should be trying, or maybe a better comparison, definitely follow and subscribe on YouTube. Is a wonderful place to comment down below. Let us know what you think of this podcast. Do you like these kind of blind tastings where, for once, actually on this one, we're completely fooled?
Yeah.
Or would you rather not and just pick one thing and just do that? Let us know in the comments. We'd appreciate it. If you want everything that we have ever done, you can always go to the website, AboutBeverages.com, and that is a great place to see all of our podcast videos, reviews, tastings, and news stories, articles. All that stuff is there on the website.
Yes.
If you only want the audio version of all of these things, we get it. It's totally understandable. You can find that on all of your finer podcast outlets, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. Just check out any one of those, and you'll be pretty happy to do so, I think, because you can save yourself having to look at these guys.
And you can listen in the car.
That too. You could listen in a vehicle, on a bike ride.
Right.
If you had a Surrey with a fringe on top,
right,
and you're riding down the road,
absolutely,
you're in Coronado Island, you're just taking a nice ride.
You could do that.
You could do all these things.
You could bring us along to Coronado Island.
Bring us along on your romantic outing.
That's right.
That's exactly what you want. And also what you want are the 3 pillars of social media.
The 3 pillars of social media being, what are they? Oh, wait, Instagram. No, I know.
You've already forgotten.
TikTok. And Twitter, which is the one we use most often, like tonight, when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific. We get together, we hang out with everybody, we chat beverages, we talk pop things, sports, all kinds of stuff. And then throughout the week, Andrew is gaming. And he's going to let you know what he's going to be gaming. He's going to let you know what he's going to be enjoying while he's doing that. And yeah, for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether you like it or not,
you should give it a shot.